Hello, my name is Kay Betts. I'm the president of Outfluence LLC and a co-creator of our program for middle and high school students called You Are Here, Now What? I'm here with one of the students who was in our first class at South River High School, and she'd like to tell you a little bit about herself and how the Outfluence program, You Are Here, Now What, has influenced her.
Hi, well, I'm Megan Rutke, and I am a recent graduate of South River High School. And this fall, I'm very excited to be attending Johns Hopkins University for International Studies. I was a varsity sailor in high school, and I've always been interested in international development. And I'm super interested in how Outfluence and its focus on communication applies to many fields, and especially the field of international studies.
It certainly does. And as you said, it applies no matter what. It applies to business, it applies to personal relationships. And what about the program, Outfluence, that you had participated in? What excites you the most about that program?
Outfluence really excited me because it's very different from how a lot of the high school curriculum is really structured. Most of the high school curriculum is structured around content. It's about what you know, about what happened, where, and when. But Outfluence is fundamentally different in that it focuses a lot on skill sets that you can use in almost any situation. So it's those soft skills that you can use no matter what the real content is. You can use soft skills in personal relationships, in school relationships, and in extracurricular relationships with either your mentor or with coworkers. So whereas the rest of the high school curriculum is focused on real content and is less applicable in the world, Outfluence is really limitless in where you can apply those soft skills.
I think kind of what you're saying is that the school courses teach you the academics, and the Outfluence courses teach you how to use it in the real world. Is that right?
Exactly. It's all about application.
That's great. That's great. And I'd also like to ask you how did it impact the students in your class? What were your observations of that, and how did it affect the class as a whole?
Well, my class, the Global Communications and Public Affairs class, was a very unique class because it was a mix of a lot of freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors who really didn't know each other very well. And in my situation, I didn't know very many people in my class because it was my first year at the school. So in addition, the class focuses on small groups. So I was in a group of 3 people, another person was in a group of 4 people, but we didn't cooperate as one big class very much of the time. But when Outfluence came into our class, we did group activities that involved everyone. So for the first time, the freshmen on the left side of the room were talking with the seniors on the right side of the room. And long term, that really affected how we felt comfortable with each other, comfortable enough to give constructive criticism, helpful enough to ask for help. And it also improved the camaraderie so that we could really feel more comfortable as a class and really as a cohesive team.
Megan, Outfluence program, You Are Here, Now What, is taught very differently from how the other classes are taught, aren't they? I mean, you all taught each other and you taught us. We asked you questions and you all had great conversations and learned from everyone's experiences. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Outfluence was very responsive. So when the students improved at one skill, Outfluence would change the curriculum to respond to, where were the areas that we needed to improve. So it wasn't just, by this week, students will learn this skill, and the next week we'll teach the next skill. It was really more, where do the students need to be? What are they telling us? And then in turn it was, what is Outfluence telling us as students? Where do we need to try harder to reach the next objective? So it wasn't cookie cutter. It was not one size fits all. It was very individualized to our class and the many different age groups and skill sets that made up that class.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that it worked.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the skills that you learned in Outfluence, what do you think they're going to do to you as you, or help you with, as you start at Hopkins this fall and then go forward into the very big wide world?
Well, one thing that I learned in high school, or going from being bottom of the food chain, I was a freshman, to a senior, was you're always going to be talking with and building professional relationships with people who know way more than you, who are older than you, who are more experienced than you. And the soft skills I learned from Outfluence is really, you don't have to feel threatened or afraid of these people, but there's so much that you can learn from these people and these experts in their field. So that applies, everywhere you go. So when I go to Hopkins, hopefully when I start research, when I'm talking with research professionals, I'll feel comfortable, understanding, I'm a student here, I'm here to learn, but, I needn't feel intimidated by, what's out there.
So, Megan, you're obviously a very high achiever, you're very intelligent, and it sounds like you think that Outfluence is going to be an asset for you as you go forward. But other people, there are a wide variety of talents and skills and interests and career paths for the students in any high school. There's a wide range. Do you think Outfluence can help everyone?
I think Outfluence can certainly help everyone, and it all comes down to soft skills. For me, soft skills means bridging that divide between what you mean to say and what people understand you as saying. So that pertains to personal relationships when you're trying to explain, what you really mean and have someone understand you. And it pertains to professional relationships where you're trying to present an idea or an initiative and you want someone to see that problem or that solution as you see it. And so a lot of the times, whether you're freshmen or seniors or whoever you are, you need to think not just in terms of how you see what you're saying, but really how the target audience will see what you're saying. So no matter what career you're going after, no matter if you're going to a vocational school or a four-year university, it's very important to have people understand you. So Outfluence teaches those soft skills to see you as someone that you need to market so that people understand you and appreciate you and what you have to say, more importantly.
Well, Megan, I really appreciate you taking some time to sit and talk with me today and to share your thoughts with everyone about Outfluence, and I'm so excited about your future, and it'll be really neat to see where you go. I'm
Thank you
looking
so
forward
much.
to it. Thank you.
Thank you.